Your forecast first, sponsored by Comfort Plus Hospice. Care when you need it most.
72 degrees in Peoria on our Paradise camera. A couple of clouds out there now, but not looking too bad. 60s and 70s for us with those temperatures this afternoon. And as we get into the rest of your day, we're hovering in the upper 70s and still seeing abundant sunshine. I'll give you more details on how your upcoming weekend looks. WMBD News at Noon starts now.
We are following a developing story out of Peoria this afternoon. Police say 2 people are in the hospital after a shooting this morning. One victim is in critical condition and another victim has non-life-threatening injuries. Police responding to a 25-round shot spotter alert at 9 a.m. on West Antoinette Street near Madison Square Park Terrace. The victims are both male, but the ages are unknown at this time. Peoria Police Chief Eric Echevarria says the command staff is tired of the violence, and he says parents need to pay closer attention to their children.
Everybody, including this command staff, is tired. Everybody is out. This is our all hands on deck. We were all out till about 4 in the morning, and here we are back out at 9 o'clock in the morning. In this last week or two, we've seen a lot of juveniles involved in crimes. Parents need to start taking some ownership and figuring out what's going on with their children as well.
If you have any information, Peoria Police ask that you call 911 or tip 411 or Crime Stoppers anonymously. And now a homicide investigation is underway. This stemming from another shooting on South Helen around 10:20 this morning. The Peoria County Coroner, ATF, Peoria Police, and Peoria County Sheriff are all on the scene right now. There is no suspect information at this time. And both of these shootings come just hours after a large shooting in Peoria last night that sent 6 to the hospital around the same area. The Peoria County Coroner says there have been no casualties as a result. Police say the victims include 4 juveniles and 2 adults. A man and boy have critical injuries. The shooting happened last night on West Marquette Street near South Moreland around 9 p.m. And here's what we know so far. Police say they responded to 2 shot spotter alerts, totaling 29 rounds fired. At the scene, they found the 6 victims, 5 with gunshot wounds and 1 with a laceration. They were all sent to the hospital within minutes. Peoria Police Chief Echevarria says a slew of rescue vehicles quickly responded to the area, including city, county, and state police. He says it's time to get to the root of the problem.
What is going on behind the scenes that people feel that they need to be shooting at each other in different parts of the city? We need to figure out what is the root cause of these shootings that are happening.
Again, at this time, police have not made any arrests or released any suspect information. This was the largest shooting in Peoria since July of 2020, when 13 people were shot on Peoria's riverfront. And now you're taking a look at the scene from OSF St. Francis Medical Center in Peoria. A large group of family and friends waiting outside to hear updates on their loved ones last night. We are told that multiple people were at the hospital banging on doors trying to get in, and this prompted police to barricade the doors. Now, we are expecting to hear from Chief Echevarria soon, and we will update you as we learn more here on the air and online at ciproud.com. In an update, a teenager caught on surveillance video shooting a man in the parking lot of Laramie Liquors in Peoria last Saturday. 17-year-old Jared Williams is facing a single count of first-degree murder for the death of 21-year-old Mason Loy. The Peoria County State's Attorney says the security footage from the liquor store shows Williams get out of a dark SUV, pointing a gun at Loy and pulling the trigger. Williams' bond is set at $1.5 million. And new at noon, Aaron Rossi, the former CEO of Pekin-based Redidus Labs, which received more than $200 million in state contracts for COVID-19 testing, was arrested and booked in jail by U.S. Marshals for an arrest warrant executed today. He's currently in the Peoria County Jail and will appear in front of a judge tomorrow morning. The judge will decide whether to revoke his bond for alleged violation. Rossi is facing federal mail fraud charges related to alleged misuse of funds from a Bloomington medical practice in 2017. If convicted, he faces up to 20 years in prison. For more information on Rossi's history, you can head to our website right now. That's ciproud.com. We turn now to the courtroom. A Washington man sentenced to 7 years in prison. 32-year-old Billy DeLasso pleaded guilty to aggravated discharge of a firearm. This stems from a shooting last October where DeLasso shot in the direction of an occupied car in South Peoria. No one was injured. In return for DeLasso pleading guilty to discharge of a firearm, prosecutors agreed to drop a second charge of possession of a weapon by a felon. This dropped his prison sentence cap by 4 years. He must serve at least 85% of the 6-year prison term. And in an update, we told you about a trial involving a Peoria man accused of drowning his wife in a sink. But now the judge is declaring a mistrial. This stems from the November 2019 incident when Peoria police say they found 60-year-old Nancy Varath with her head submerged in water inside a home on West Lexington Court. A few weeks later, police arrested Nancy's husband, 63-year-old Michael Varath, in connection with her death. However, he says he did not kill her. The issue was that defense attorneys had not supplied the disputed evidence to prosecutors. That is a violation of the rules regarding discovery. So it was inadmissible at trial, and the judge had barred the witness from mentioning it. And our digital reporter Andy Kravitz was in the courtroom yesterday, and he has more on this case on our website, ciproud.com. And we have a follow-up to a hit-and-run in Peoria that left one man dead Monday morning in Peoria. Peoria police arrested 39-year-old John Timothy Jr. Police arrested Timothy for failure to reduce speed to avoid an accident, failure to yield to a pedestrian in a crosswalk, leaving the scene of a death, and more. This stems from August 28th, where 28-year-old Akeem Alexander of Peoria died after getting hit while riding his bike. And new at noon, the Highway Loss Data Institute is out with its list of most stolen vehicles, and topping the list once again, Dodge muscle cars. The HLDI finds thieves are actively targeting the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat and Dodge Charger Hemi model years 2020 through 2022.
They are big toys for bad boys. The Hellcat version of the Dodge Charger this year is hitting new heights. Claim frequencies for the Charger, the Hellcat version, are 60 times the all-vehicle average.
Most of the vehicles in the top 20 are either pricey, powerful, or pickups, but 4 less expensive Kia models moved onto the list amid a viral theft trend. HLDI experts say if you own any of the most stolen vehicles, always park in a well-lit place, never leave your keys in the car, and have theft insurance. The least stolen list is dominated by electric vehicles, including all 4 Tesla models and models from GM and Volvo. And in a follow-up, it's been more than 1 week since a crane from the McCluggage Bridge replacement project caught fire and fell into the Illinois River. Nick Volk, a field engineer with IDOT, says they hope to have a new crane in place by the end of next week to continue working on the arch. Workers are about 75% finished removing the damaged crane. It has been taken apart and taken off the barges into the parking lot. Volk says about 50% of the crane is salvageable. The salvageable parts have been rechecked by the manufacturer and recertified by experts. The rest will be turned into scrap metal. Volk says the most challenging part of the project will be putting the arch together.
So when you're taking a 650-foot long, 100-plus foot high arch and moving it, that in itself is inherently complicated. They have a very good plan and some good expertise. It'll actually be kind of backed out toward the Peoria side and turn 90 degrees and then set to span the navigation channel.
He says they hope to float the arch into place in November. They are aiming for a summer 2024 project completion because the fire is still under investigation. In a consumer alert, millions of Americans are leaving town for one last summer trip. Labor Day weekend travel is expected to be busier than last year, and most vacationers will be driving. Haley Ott tells us what they can expect at the pump.
Gas prices saw a small drop last week, but they're creeping up again in some places, with the national average about 8 cents a gallon more than a month ago, according to AAA. For many, that's too much.
It is really expensive, so it kind of sucks,
Despite the pain some are feeling at the pump, prices are practically a repeat from 2022.
Labor Day this year is likely to be virtually identical to what motors were paying last year.
Fuel analyst Patrick DeHaan says with summer coming to a close, prices should start dropping after Labor Day, barring any surprises.
I do think that the trend will remain downwards for the potential of the next few weeks, especially as we get into mid and late September. That's when a combination of the transition back to cheaper winter gasoline and falling gasoline demand should pave the way for lower prices. And if things go well, if there are no surprises or curveballs, the national average could fall 35 to 50 cents a gallon by the end of the year.
That's good news for drivers struggling with the current cost of a fill-up.
It's expensive, but we can't really do much about it.
Experts say one thing you can do is shop around. Costco, Sam's Club, and other wholesale stores offer discounted gas. And apps like Gas Buddy, AAA, and Google Maps list prices at stations in your area. That can help you get to your holiday destination with a few more bucks in your pocket. Haley Ott, CBS News, New York.
And as mentioned, Labor Day weekend is nearly here, and this is usually a busy travel weekend. Fran Strebing with the Central Illinois Regional Airport says Labor Day weekend is the time people are usually wrapping up their summer travels. She expects today and Friday to be the busier days, and Sierra does have connections with some Florida airports. However, she says at this time there haven't been any flight changes due to the hurricane.